Haha, okay. Actually, since I am kind of waiting, let me react to the Mime gameplay. IDV, the Mime. And then look at some, I guess. Look at some gameplay of it. View tab. And then pull up X, the Everything app. No, not yet. Alright, here we are. I'm gonna be reacting to this because I really should have seen more, but I've only seen little snippets here and there. Enough for people to compare her to, I guess for some reason, Wu Chang. Like, I just don't understand how the Mime is currently. So we're gonna react to this real quick. Let me lower my face so that you don't see too much of it. Yep, audio's all good. Let's see. Delusions grow unchecking her mind, leaving her unable to find place in reality or beneath the spotlight. Okay, word salad. My heart, my world. Wow, really fast. Okay. There she is. She's got an umbrella for an item. Okay. Oh, will I cover the text? I will, yeah. How about let's not read it for now, but let's react to it, and then I'll read what they do. All right, let's see. We won't be reading right now. I'll just look at it blind. Okay, so she's got a dash. What's up with all these characters and dashing all the time? She has built a wall. She's... Oh my goodness. Wait, are we for real? Did she just do that? Hold up, so the dash is like does nothing any other time, but can sometimes build a wall, have a free pallet, breaks like a normal pallet, looks like a normal pallet, isn't. That's a bit dumb. That's a bit silly. Okay, umbrella. Pause. She's suddenly sad now. And what's up with IDV and needing characters to just go vertical? Have you noticed that? Like the maps in and of itself are already like they're already pushing it, but then the characters are also kind of like, oh yeah, let's go up. Dude, that's like a better I guess not quite, but that is kind of like a better toy merchant in terms of vertical height. I think that's the best a character can go height. She's got a stun too? Why? What was that? Was that a longer stun? So the stun here is like how long? It's a bit. The stun in the middle. It doesn't look like a times change at all. Yeah, that's like toy merchant. Is this like meant to show off this movement speed? Oh, and then depending on how happy or sad you are, depending on what perks you can use. What does that button do? It's just, switches it. Great. I guess it moves the dial closer. I'll read the text. I'll actually read it later. The bot didn't know how to react. Should have already had hit. The long attack was kind of useless. Push him back. Oh, that's bad. That's straight up bad. You become unhittable when you're there. Okay, let's actually read. Okay, let's read, and then what we can do is we can react to everyone else's reactions. All right. Okay, let's read. Depending on the emotions that rise within her, the mind performs 2 different routines. Opens the prop umbrella, then gets pulled in a straight line for like 10 meters, about so. If you collide with a wall, it ends it early. If there's not enough space on either side of the path, this wall won't be created. There's no obstacle. Palette cannot be created. Or if there's an interactable object like a wall or window. So depending on where you dash depends on whether the wall will be created or whether or not the palette will be created. So when there's no why is there so much descriptiveness to it? Why does it need so much detail? Because look at this. When there's no survivor other than the mime artist within 25 meters of the hunter, meaning that if you're the only one being chased right now, you're the first chase. Hunters destroy simulated pallets, which is the whole wall pallet thing. That's what a simulated pallet or simulated wall is. It's called a simulation. 15% slower. Simulated wall disappears 10 seconds after the pallet is destroyed. If no simulated pallet is created, this wall disappears 10 seconds after being destroyed. Okay, or just 10 seconds after being created. But does it stay as long as the pallet's there? No, right? Doesn't clarify. So when it comes down to things that are actually necessary, like how long does it last if you don't destroy the pallet, then like disappears 10 seconds after the pallet's destroyed, but it doesn't say if it isn't. But of course, it's good to know that if you're the only one being chased within a certain amount of meters, the pallet gets destroyed 15% slower. Great. I guess that's what it was showing there. I don't understand why it has to break slower than the normal pallets. I don't get that. It doesn't quite make sense. If you are making the First of all, how does a mime do this? That's a bit silly. You create fake walls, sure, but this looks like you just drew it. It looks like you drew it out from the ground. Especially with the sense that there's ink effects coming from it. What's that about? Painter was supposed to get this as a rework, but then people saw how much they liked the initial Painter design and character gameplay, and they were like, okay, we'll give this to the new guy, the new girl. I bet this could have been the Painter's rework. It wouldn't make sense, but this definitely doesn't make sense for a mime. Mimes, sure, they create fictional like scenarios, you know, pretending that they're pressing on walls and that they have invisible things, but having her have a literal umbrella kind of doesn't make sense in the sense that it blows wind, pushing her forward, and then suddenly walls pop up, you know? I mean, just in general, I'm kind of being nitpicky here, and that's not fun. But I'm kind of looking at this, and I'm like, how does this, like... Maybe I just don't know her character, but how does this relate to Mimes, or specifically this character, enough for it to be a mechanic that flippin' is this crazy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the point? Why? Why do we need a new wall? And then this. The mime tosses the prop umbrella, centered on the umbrella, circular stage. Okay, so that's a stage. Okay, sure. Has a 12-meter range around. Lasts for 20 seconds. That's a pretty long-lasting umbrella. When a survivor enters it, appears at the survivors closest to the center, creates an area radius of 4 meters. Okay. Oh, is there a larger circle beyond this that I just didn't see? I don't quite get it, but okay. Okay. Differently on the targets, if the hunter is present, attacks the hunter. If the survivor is present, it pulls them in and launches them a set distance in a chosen direction after 2 seconds. So 2 seconds of invulnerability to determine the direction. Survivors can also be launched early after the umbrella disappears, and it has a cooldown of 4 seconds. I get that the whole point is you're building up your sadness to do this ultimate move, but 4 seconds cooldown is a bit crazy. Doesn't quite interact that well with cheerleader because this is the main thing that builds up towards it, not the cooldown of the item. Still, look at this. Look at this. Look at how high up this is. That's crazy verticability. So it doesn't say the stun direction. That doesn't say the stun duration. That's so silly. Have you ever thought of that? It doesn't give the stun specifics. Why? During the performance, while performing joyful routine near the wall, movement is increased by 3%. When doing the anxious routine, movement speed is increased on the stage. So if you're on the circle, you get 3% movement speed. If you're near the wall, which it doesn't say how near you have to be, then you get sidestep, which is up here. I don't know why it's not showing, but oh yeah, look at this. The circle is there. That's the 12-meter radius. And she still has it. There's a couple of seconds, I guess, before the umbrella disappears. I don't know. She can use her items only when both of the halves are full. So you can switch between routines, changes in the balance between the two emotions. Mime moves or interacts. She gains joy over time. Just joy in moving or interacting with stuff. She hits a hunter with a pallet. Joy is filled instantly. Hunters within 10 meters while she's decoding or when the mime is nearby. She gains the anxiety. Artists. Fear increases. Anxieties. So when she gets hit, fear immediately fills up. Switch your routine, she gains 20% more of the related emotional fragments every 30 seconds. So that's another cooldown thing there, but it's not the item cooldown. I don't know if cheerleaders inspire changes this one. I don't think it does this one, but interesting. So just you're more likely to get joy, and then occasionally you'll get the fear when you get hit or when you're decoding, I guess. It's such strange interactions. It's like when you're doing anything, you get the joy. When you stun a hunter, you instantly get joy. But when you're in a niche situation, or when someone else is injured and you're near them, you get the this. You get the flying ability. I guess if you're trying to defend or help body block, it's kind of good to help it extend range. In the sense that you are nearby your injured teammate, helping them out. You gain the umbrella ability to stun them, or you get injured and then use the umbrella ability to stun the hunter, make yourself fly out for more distance. In general, I guess that's pretty good there. Look how it kind of builds up, you know? That's just normal. You're just walking. The stun there. I'm guessing whatever is more than the 50% is the one that your umbrella uses. Okay. There's the cooldown. Oh, did you guys see that? Up on there, the cooldown is that. So it wouldn't activate Inspire. And then that's it. Okay. Very interesting overall. I don't know how I feel about this character. Let's see what everyone else says. So I haven't stopped using AI. We do not like AI. Seems like a good check for not using AI. They haven't stopped using AI. AI. So lame. They keep using AI. Stop listening to your investors because of AI. Perfect. So you're just character stuff.